Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. Long time no see. It's been a while. I realized that this particular streaming setup, I hadn't configured the microphones. Hopefully it sounds all right. Let me know if you can't hear me or anything like that, but looks good. Uh, Welcome back, everyone. Andy popped in earlier here. Solar's here. Ted. Hello, Nico. Good evening. Yeah, evening, Ted. Evening, Tech Left Behind, and Doppler. Hello. Yeah, it's thanks for verifying that. I just realized so I switched over to the Mister now, which is what we're gonna stream on tonight. I realized like, oh, the microphone's missing from the input options. Like, well, that's not good. I realized that like 10 minutes ago, so I figured it out anyway. So, anyways, good to be back. It's been a while now. I had to skip 2 streams here, of course, and of course Thanksgiving yesterday. Hopefully, everyone who celebrated had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. I'm still a little stuffed, so evening, Chris. Welcome. And then, of course, I was in Sweden for 2 of the other streams. But it was nice to see family and everything. Although November in Northern Europe is not super pleasant, it was still fun to see everyone. It was just, gloomy, dark, rainy, gray, and cold, and dark, and really, really dark. But hey, I had a good time. So I wanted to kind of ease into streaming again, not doing anything too complicated. I have a few other ideas for streaming. Hoping to execute here soon, but I wanted something simple, and simple means usually the Mister because it is just such a turnkey device. And I had one idea I had it for a while. Yeah, that's you're not wrong there, Ted. It's just really dark. It's just so Sweden. If you look at where you are, you're up in like northern Canada almost, like where I grew up. So right now, when I was there, now the sun like kind of peaked over the horizon, like 9:30, 10 ish, and then it just barely was over the tree line, and then it started going down again, you know, 2:33, and then by 4:30 it was dark out again. So, and it's not even the worst yet. So, for anyone else who's lived that far north, that's a drag during the winter and fall. I guess in the winter it feels like it's cold. It's truly maybe snow on the ground. It feels more winter like, but in the late fall, not great. But it was a cheap ticket anyway. Anyway, I wanted to smoothly transition back into streaming. So an idea I had for a while was just bad games. Super Nintendo, I think, and I know there's some of you that haven't really played much Super Nintendo, but it is definitely, if not my favorite console, one of the top consoles. Because it has such a good library, and it became such a powerhouse for Nintendo. Even though that performance-wise, it's not, look at spec sheet, it's not super impressive in that sense, but it had so many good games on it. So many good games. I mean, there's so many franchises started on that system, and anytime I want just that warm fuzzy feeling, I fire up a Super Nintendo or play the Mister or whatever, and it's such a great time. That's not true for all of the games on the system. There's of course tons of shovelware and crap games. We're gonna take a look at a few of them tonight. So awesome. Well, evening Pixel and Sukra, welcome. Yeah, I thought for a second there about streaming RTX Quake. We'll do that too at some point, but I did play that a little bit on a CRT, and it looks great. That the rich blacks and everything that you get from the CRT together with the RTX on for Quake really lends itself well. So highly recommend it if you can. Try the RTX version of Quake, or like mod, basically made by the same dude that did the Doom RTX mod not a while back. So, but it looks phenomenal on a CRT. I thought about that for a while too, and it might be a fun thing to make a video on. Actually, it's RTX enabled retro games on CRTs, but that's about as niche as you can get, I suppose. But yeah, the Mister is just fantastic, and I know Soul, you're a fan of it too, but just the fact that you can just so easily just fire it up and do this kind of stuff, it works so well for me, being able to do both at the same time here. So, evening or good day, Stuart, I should say, during the workday, but thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, I imagine so. I guess I'm not sure I'm not a coder, so I can't say on how hard or not it is to implement these things, but I would imagine RTX on Quake would be easier since it's a full 3D engine. However, with the Doom one, they're using a modern version of the engine, right? So it's PK Boom, I think, right? For Doom, so it's not like the original engine with ray tracing injected. It's a newer OpenGL version of it, I'm guessing. So anyway, that's here nor there, but yeah, RTX. I enjoy all the RTX stuff on all the retro games. It's amazing. It's awesome. And also, you don't need a very powerful RTX machine if you're running it at 1024 by 768. So, yep, sounds about right. Technical wizardry or whatever. So, going back to Super Nintendo then, it's definitely one of my favorite consoles. I have extremely fond memories of playing, Super Metroid, Zelda 3, Super Mario World, and numerous, JRPGs, platformers, adventure games. It's just chock full, that library of really cool titles. And there are a lot of games that are on Super Nintendo. I think like 700 or something like that, maybe more. But of course, like any of these systems around this era, there was a lot of shovelware. Now, we'll see tonight. We'll see tonight that there are a lot of tie-in games. This was the 90s, and there was a lot of games that, as you know, that were movie tie-ins or show tie-ins. As usual, were just shovelware because they figured the kids are going to buy it anyway because, like, hey, there's my favorite character. Buy the game, please, and you get it, and it's awful. I mean, the Superman you're thinking of is Superman 64 on the Nintendo 64, which is legendary horrible, and that's almost a game that's just not finished. Like it's not done. More so than just being a bad game. It's awful, don't get me wrong, but I think it never got finished, right? It's the way it feels like it. So, yeah, the C64 Superman is funny because I think I mentioned that story before, but my friend had a Commodore 64, might have been a 128, I don't know. I think it was 64 when I was a kid, and he wanted to show me Superman 64 for it so bad, but every single time he wanted to show it, there are LGN games tonight. I realized I fired one up. I realized, oh crud, this is LGN, isn't it? So keep an eye out for the LGN logo. It will appear tonight. And when my friend then was basically trying to show me Superman 64, it was a tape loader for the C64, not the floppy. So he hit play on that, and you got to wait for it to load. And every single time he wanted to show it, I never had time to see the game before it was done loading. I had to go home for dinner time. I never got to see it. And he moved. He was from Chile, and he moved back there eventually. His entire family did when I was a little bit older. So I never got to see that game in action. It never, ever loaded fast enough. And we tried probably 4 or 5 times, but every time we thought, like, oh, we got to try that game. Yeah. And then hit the play to get it to load. It never loaded on time. So I never got to see it. Suppose we should play it. We'll do a stream of C64 at some point, and we'll play Superman 64 for the Commodore 64. So I found a list of games here that I believe seem to appear a lot on the worst games top list for Super Nintendo. If you guys know of one, let me know. Throw out suggestions. This is the Mister, so we have the entire library available, of course, that I definitely own, sitting behind me here. What it gives us access to basically the entire library of Super Nintendo games, right? And I'm actually using the PC CRT for playing this because the Mister has something very useful up his sleeve. I don't have the action cam rigged, so I can't show it. I'm looking at the PC CRT I normally play PC games on, right? And the PVM is sitting over here. And I'm not playing on a PVM tonight because the cool thing is that the Mister, with the analog board out, just with a simple flip, it's a scan doubling, correct. Was I mentioned there. What it does then is take the 15 kilohertz 240p signal and it scan doubles it to 31 kilohertz and 480p, and that lets you play it on most PC CRTs, and it's very crisp, and you can do additional scan line effects and all that kind of stuff if you want to, but it looks superb on a PC CRT. And honestly, it's a great way to get basically PVM quality video or video quality from a bog standard PC CRT, because let's be honest, like the PVMs have just ballooned in price to ridiculous levels unless you get super cheap ones. Super Metroid. Let me write that one down. Hang on. Let me write that one down. I just realized what I'm wearing tonight, so never heard of it. Anyway, so I figured out a list of games here now, and we'll start with the one that seems to be top on all the lists, and this is a tie-in game, and I don't know what this actually is. It's a tie-in game called Bebe's Kids. I think it's a show. Anyone is welcome to illuminate the situation because I'm not aware of this one at all. I'm assuming it's a short-minded port of some. Why am I getting going this? I'm sure it's just a tie-in to some show of some short-lived show or something like that. I don't know. If anyone knows what it is, let me know. I tried a little bit and it's not good. And this one seems to be on top list for almost every single like bad Super Nintendo game list. This one shows up. Based on the characterization here, I assume it's all tied into a show or film. Okay. I never heard of it. It plays awful. And so what you're going to see with a lot of these games tonight, right, are that there are movie tie-ins, they're show tie-ins. Ooh, radical entertainment. How could you go wrong? And it's shovelware. There are so many games like that, and you look back at it, it's like, you take a $60 game cartridge, a brand new Super Nintendo game, you know, you got it off the shelf at Toys R Us or whatever back in the day, and $60 plus tax, and you compensate for inflation. That's probably like, you know, I'm just winging it, right? What, like $90 to $100 probably, just accounting for inflation. And that's a lot of money for a game that you might have come home and like, this is terrible. But now you spent the money and that was it. That's it. Like, that was the game you had. I know that was why the rental business was so huge, because you can try all these games. Because now there's lots of ways to try out a game before demos, return periods, all that stuff. But you know, there were many times when I was a kid that fortunately we had access to rental at my parents' business, so I got to rent a lot of games. But other than that, it was just like you had to buy a game and that was it. You had it. So that's true. These are all properly licensed games from Nintendo, so they has to be good, right? We're gonna play as LaShawn, I guess. This game's got attitude. And there's gonna be so many of these that are gonna be your typical, like, side-scrolling platformer. Which, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of them that are decent, that aren't, like, you know, I'm trying to think of specific ones now for, I mean, even some, like, tie-ins, like the Three Ninjas or whatever, that it's, you know, cheesy as hell movie, but then the game is just alright. Like, it's not anything good, but... Oh my. So I have to actually look this up here because you don't... Like, how do you... This is so sluggish. You can't beat these, but I believe, I looked it up, you hold L and R. So, I'm playing with an 8-bit controller, which works really well because it's the Super Nintendo. And what you do in this game is that you punch, you jump and punch, like your typical things, the face buttons. To do an uppercut, and I saw this mentioned, otherwise I would not know this and we would be getting stuck on the screen. You have to hold L and R and press Y. L and R and Y, and she does an uppercut. And that will allow you to actually defeat these enemies, because if you don't do it, you can't actually defeat them. This screen is impassable. This game is not running, you know, slower because it's the Mister. This is the actual speed of the game, and it is so sluggish. Like, the Super Nintendo is more than capable of rendering 60 FPS graphics, but... And like all these games, the responsiveness is just awful. I feel I should watch this movie now. Feels very 90s attitude. These guys die or what? And so the risk we have right now is that not only are these games bad tonight, but they're going to be like just boring because they're just... Well, that seems... Hey. It's just poor agents too. I don't know the premise here, except that beat everyone else up. That music is not getting tiring either. She moves so slow. Ugh. How many hits do they take? I have to knock the sunglasses off. Ah. It's so slow. And that's the thing, too, like I mentioned, again, so you got this game, maybe you really liked that movie, and that was your favorite movie or whatever, and then... I can duck, too. And, I mean, they had no qualms about putting out games like this, where it was literal shovelware. So I think everyone's gonna hear the music tonight, right, when they go to bed. What? What's the motivation here? I mean, if it follows the movie, I guess. But why is she beating up all these people? Just keep going. It's just, I know it's hard to make a game. We're all, you know, we're into things, and you can't just make a good game by default, right? It takes a lot of work, but they're good intentions, and they try, but what I don't understand is it's so hard. There's so many games like this that just have a poor feel to them. Like, I know lofty goals of, like, you know, your Turtles in Time and, like, you know, Mario's and whatever from responsiveness. That's like kind of the gold standards, I think, but there are so many games that are like this where they're just so... I guess they were just presentation, it was all it was about. For love of God, leave me alone. Okay. There's a story here, too. Yeah, to be fair, Double Dragon... What? Okay, am I supposed to do anything here? Catch them, or... What the... Okay. What? Yeah, Ninja Turtles would have improved this, but... What am I doing here? The bonus stage? Can I leave? I can't emphasize how slow these controls feel. It's like molasses. It's pretty funny if I get a copyright mark on this music, though. Am I supposed to catch them? I mean, yeah, you can always look at the manual, but we're not talking about super complex games here. This is just like a platformer. Like, it shouldn't be... I have to catch. There's like 10 of those. God, this music. Come here, baby. Let me hit the baby. What am I doing? Oh, I broke one of them. I had to... Okay, there's 8. This is mind-numbing. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Run out of time. And it's like, again, so you bought this game then, and this is what you had. I mean, I remember there's some games I got that were just like... Fortunately, again, with the rental, I didn't have to worry too much about it. Because I could rent games and then try them out or whatever before actually, you know, having to own them. I know not everyone was so lucky. And again, if you would have bought this game, then... Boy... Ah. And, I mean, let's be fair, on every platform, there's a lot of games like this. Am I supposed to break? I have 6 vases there. I'm taking hits now. I'm so confused. You think he would have gone up to get Baby by now? Do we go right back to it, or is it game over? Oh, please tell me it's a full game over. Hit them in a row, so I have to actually have a hit streak there. Please tell me it's a full game over. This game has to have a full game. Yep, it's a full game over. That's amazing. Oh, there's no live... Yeah, there's a 2 live system. It'll spit you back all the way to the beginning. That's brutal. That was a hallmark of games like this. Man, has AVGN covered this? I don't think he'd be able to make it through, although he did get through Silver Surfer, didn't he? Well, at least the combat is so responsive, it makes it fun to go through this again. See, my concern was that I packed up a list of games that are apparently pretty bad on the platform. My biggest fear was that we'd hop through the game so fast because they're so brutal. This is one of those games, if you have an emulator, you probably just hop in real quick and check it out and then be on your way, because... Can I just leave? Oh, thank goodness. So I could just walk right through the level, basically. And now to hit these... Oh, really? Huh. I'll check that out then. Because I don't recognize this at all, so I have to hit them in a streak now. With my head. I'm so confused. I have to hit him in a streak. What do I need the pillows? Huh. Oh. Explain again how... I'm confused. Punch them before they hit the ground? The controls are... Because the points go up every time he catches them. This should not be a second level. Can you just stop trying to catch them? Why do I have to get points for this? I don't understand. I don't think so. He just follows the baby. Oh. Oh. So you're trying to cause a ruckus or something? Maybe he's a security guard? This music will haunt my dreams. Well, I stopped them with your head. One left, come on. Come on, baby. Yes. Okay. But that made sense. I figured we'd start, and, oh. Now it's the same, except this throwing lollipops at the kid. there's a french fry there. That probably helps, right? Really? It's just background decor? Yeah. Let go! Can I get the basketball? The friggin' dogs! How do you use the basketball? Ah. Yes, I also like to go into the theme parks and punch dogs in the face. My goodness. The graphics are passable. I mean... Combo, yes, button mashing. Yeah, this is a bad Super Nintendo game. It's like it hasn't glitched out, I guess. So you know, it's weird because, even John Ismo, it's weird too because you play a bad game today. Often it's because it's not finished or like Cyberpunk 2077, of course, was endless. They're bats now. There's a variety of music and a mummy, because why not? I think it's got sucker punched by mummy. Everything's murdering me. There you go, there's some variety in the music. It sounds pretty good. Except, oh, where does it drop me back now? Yeah, exactly. If it puts me back outside again now. Did Peter Griffin's like leg thing here. I'm gonna use up my lives. Anyway, a game today that is bad often is just really unfinished, it feels like to me. There's so many games that are like, yeah, there are tons of shovelware, don't get me wrong. Or games that are just like copy-paste assets. But the games that get legendary for being bad are the ones that are usually not finished. Like Cyberpunk or glitches or, stuff like that. It feels like to me. At least those are the ones you hear about. At least the music inside the thing was pretty alright. This is not alright. Even if you rented this. Not a lot, because I don't want to hop around too much, but I also don't want to spend the entire evening on one game like that. Yeah, exactly. We will stream Trespasser at some point, because that is just too good to not, like, give it the old college try. It's just too good to ignore. It'll be a brutal stream for me, but I have to do it. Oh, what did you do today, honey? Well, I went to a theme park and I punched a dog in the face until he died, and then I beat up some security guards, and yeah, good time. They just fainted. There, my kids are playing the new Pokemon games, and it's just these like, they throw in like these beams from orbit and just explode the entire countryside, and like, oh no, the Pokemon fainted. Yeah, sure. Jeez it! She won't move! Let me go! The door is right there! The fact that it kicks you out to level 4 is just adding insult to injury. Please tell me we're not back at the... Okay, this is here at least. bypass these. You don't get anything from beating up the enemies except points. Like a maze. But yeah, yeah, it is a maze. I will not spend much more time on this because it's just atrocious. But again, like, even if you rented this, like, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you just, you know, gone to school just ticked off because that was the game. Ooh, look at this. Of course there's behind there. I thought the music was kind of cool, but now it's just an endless loop. The music clips are super short, the ones that are looping. Back here again. Oh, I think this might be it for this one. I don't think I can handle much more of this. It is so... It's weird to describe it, but it's like, in the movement, it feels like there's... The typical thing with, like, kind of syrupy. It's really sluggish. But it feels like any input I give is not, like, enough to make it trigger. I gotta push, like... I feel like I gotta put extra hard. It's like, tap, tap. See, it's not... like, immediate. It's just... It's queuing up the commands, but even just tapping is super fast. See how slow it is? Kick, kick. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's try another game that is legendary for being extremely slow on this system. And probably should never have been released on here. Oops. I'm of course talking about race driving, which, you know, wanted so hard, but excruciatingly slow. The Super Nintendo is not exactly a powerhouse when it comes to vector-based 3D graphics. And it's actually a modder called, I think, Victor Vitella, maybe? I saw him on Twitter. He actually mods games using newer patches. So the most powerful chip that was released on the Super Nintendo was the SH1 chip, which was used in the later part of the console's lifetime. And the Super Nintendo was designed so that they can have chips on the cartridges themselves, which is how you got the Super FX chip. That's all running on the cartridge and not the Super Nintendo itself. The Super Nintendo itself is not that powerful. Most of the more impressive games later on used acceleration chips on the carts themselves. And it was designed that way so they could have a modular setup. And what he takes then, I think he takes the code basically from the SA1 chip, that was the last one, and implements that in older games that, like this, that run just really, really slow. And to great result, to the point where some games gets too hard because they're so fast. Like, he applied that to Gradius 3, and if you play Gradius 3, which is an early title, maybe in a launch title in North America, and it is very sluggish when you're looking at a lot of stuff on the screen at the same time. And the SH1 patch increases the speed for all that. It just powers through it because it's much more powerful. You can't just implement it and walk away. You gotta do a lot of code fixes to make it work, but it does work. Yeah, exactly. So let's see how well this plays then. I've never really played this, but I believe he did that. We're gonna drive the Speedster. Yeah, you want to, I think it's like SA1 hacks. That's probably what you're looking for, right? Someone fix or tell me you correct that, but ouch, shots fired. Yeah, I mean, this is all software rendering. Like I mentioned earlier there, this is just the built-in processor on the Super Nintendo doing all the legwork. There's no offloading chip here. It's all done directly in software. I think this was on other systems as well. Race Driving was an arcade game, I think, with an arcade cabinet and everything, so. Oh, by golly. I don't think you can really appreciate the audio here. We need to increase the volume so you can hear the roaring engine here. And I used to think Stunt Race FX was sluggish. Oh, I'm in first gear. How do I shift up? There we go. Now we're race driving. Oh, game over. Great game. Good night, everyone. Wow. And back to the title screen. I wonder why... okay, we'll do the Speedster Auto this time. Yeah, it's very, very impressive what he did, and I think that, you know, I followed on Twitter, and you can see his development journal as he's working on it. Because you can't just... I have not played. There's the SWAT Cats on Super Nintendo. I used to love that show. The dub one in Swedish is terrible, but it's that one. I don't remember his name. Maybe you know it, Christian. There's a one voice actor that did like he was in every single dub Swedish thing in the 90s, and I don't remember his name, but it's like, oh, there's that guy. It's like, you know, it's like playing, you know, the Elder Scrolls games, and okay, we have automatic now. There we go. They even give you input at the bottom to see how fast or which direction you're turning, because otherwise you won't be able to tell. But I mean, this is like single digits easily. Like technologically impressive, maybe, but playable as a game? This is not exactly like, you know, race car. Yeah. I don't know, we can also try that. I'm a little curious to compare it, but that's right, it was ported to a lot of different systems. That was my ghost car. Look at the rearview mirror in the top there. Left myself in dust. Whoa! I know I'm off-road, dude. I'm trying to get back on-road. It's got blast processing, right? Yeah, I powered through Stunt Race FX because I had the, you know, quirky graphics, and it had the cool characterizations and a mixture of different levels. But this is just... So you're saying an ingest pixel, or is the Mega Drive version faster? For Genesis, sorry. I think the first time I really started getting impressed by, like, visuals in a racing game was playing the first Need for Speed in DOS. And seeing it with the SVGA graphics, and, like, I don't know, that was the real first, like, eye-opener for me. And interesting, the blast processing, I watched, was it John Linneman from Digital Foundry, Retro, whatever? I think he had a special on that or something, but the blast processing was completely just how it could insert, like, an image with more colors than it normally would. Had nothing to do with actual speed, but it sounded great for marketing, right? Blast processing, but did nothing for the actual speed, unless I'm wrong. As the way I understood it was that the blast processing had nothing to do with, like, performance or anything. But it sounded great. But it's just like, again, if you bought the game or rented it and you had it, then that was your choice, I guess. But this your ego is writing checks your body can't cash. Let's just say that here. This probably should never have been attempted to port to Super Nintendo. That's right, yeah, the 68K was, I mean, it's almost twice as fast, right? In raw performance. For the CPU that was in the Genesis. Oh, I have a fuel light. Do I need to drive in here? And I think I need to drive in there. Oh, we got an instant replay of my imminent... Well, I'd just like to say that I definitely passed that test, and I'm out of time. Championship. Championship. Yeah, a lot of those Gran Turismo games look great, honestly, especially the PS2 era ones are. I mean, like you mentioned, like, yeah, those. I remember GT 3 when I saw it the first time. Like, that was like felt like a quantum leap in like graphics. I couldn't believe how good it looked. And I think that's one I spent the most time in. My brother started over that several times, and every time he got a like first he played it on like someone else's PS2, then he got a PS2 himself, so started that, then he got like a wheel and started over. And so can I not leave this now? I can use the L and R buttons to steer too? Sweet. Pause. Yes, this is how a car works. If you turn the wheel, you will spin in place. Like everyone knows, they're, you know, one-on-one mechanics, how vehicles drive. You're definitely able to do this on a wheeled car. No problem. Yep. Yeah. Like the front wheel drive donuts. I'm sure you've seen the videos of that when you just kick out the front wheel tire or front tires to just spin in circles that way. Yeah. Rub. It's so irresponsive too. Unresponsive. Let's try the Roadster again here, or Roadster, and we'll try the Stunt Track. Now we got some loops. This will surely go well. And it feels like this game is just too ambitious to be on Super Nintendo in the first place. So, yeah, I would like a Retro Tank 5X just for the purpose of. We have other cars now too. Whee! We're going really fast there now. I think I shifted from 4th to 1st there at 90. That's probably not a good idea for the gearbox. It is so atrociously slow. And as soon as anything else comes on screen, there's even worse. Like how the falling is just... Shifting to 4th. Yeah! Oh. I don't want to shift down, but I don't need to do that. That there, it feels like sub. I don't know what happened there, but that was good. There, we're cultivated here. So sluggish. I think even going into 10 FPS here will be a huge improvement compared to this, because I mean this has got to be like. Yeah, I should probably do that just to direct. We'll try one more track here. We'll do direct hop onto Genesis just to try it to see the difference, because it would be fun to compare it. But I'm curious on the hack, so. Oh, it's just. I mean, the 3 times clock faster is pretty important component of that part too, right? But just from what I've seen on the ROM hacks he's done, and I think he has a couple of things. Like he does the SA1 hack, which is the full one, but then he does like the fast ROM hack on some of them, like Castlevania 4, for example. It doesn't need the full SA1 hack. There's different things you can do, but it looks like he's, you know, his goal is to improve a lot of the games that otherwise would have been. Or that are today extremely slow, because I mean, like Pixel mentioned earlier, you can get 30 FPS in this here. That would be a huge improvement, because you can't break the game either if it runs too fast. There's other considerations too. The fact that you make them... But I mean, the Stunt Race is on the Amiga, I think, runs like way better than this, and that's slow in the first place, so... That's just like, that's like sub 5 FPS here now. Whoops, that's the barn. Sorry, where we're going, we'll need roads. Insert pop culture. Dang, I'm so focused on the road here. Uh-oh. No, it turned at the same time. Those jerks. Anyone beating this game naturally would have been just... Alright, we will try the Genesis core for the same game here, and just to try it out real quick. Console, Genesis. Yeah, I mean, this question with... Interesting, yeah. So they actually... I mean, I know that the Super Nintendo processor was not good, but I didn't realize it was that was behind that, so... No, I have not tried those MSU1 hacks, actually. I've read about them, and... or the MSU hacks, you mean the musical hacks, right? Would they insert them? I'm split on those, if that's what you mean, because the SA1 hacks are the speed ones. But the MSU1 are the ones you're talking about that inject, like, you know, CD audio and stuff like that, and that's cool, but for me, the original experience is kind of part of it, so... race driving, right? Or is it called hard driving? There it is, race driving. Of course, now we get the rad Yamaha sound chip in the Genesis here. Which, granted, sounds amazing. You can pick which automatic, or if you want automatic or not, so we'll do the Speedster. Yeah! That's considerably faster. It's also using the, you can see the, sorry, the image is really poor there now, but really poor. That's weird. Alright, I think I know the problem. Stand by. I think I have the video processing on. Yeah. No filters. There we go. And then... our size here. Normal, so you guys can see it. I think I was messing with last time, so I'm going to save the settings. There you go. You can see the extreme dithering being used because the Genesis and Mega Drive had no transparency effect at all. So they use dithering to create that on a CRT. You normally wouldn't see it like we do see here. Whoa! But this is playable. Not slow, but... that is not a slow car, though. I think I was supposed to hit the brake there. Wow, just dropped you back in. No, not a game over. That's incredible because it's all just raw software, right? So that's why this is so much faster. The CPU is twice as fast. Whoa. Ah. Come on, come on. It's like the worst part here is about as slow as most of the race in the other one, so... Alright. Cool. Much, much more playable. So... Yeah, I'm not sure, Christian. I would have to look back and see. It was so long ago, I just remember hearing that same voice over and over. above all. So that's that. But let's try. Let's see. Ooh, we'll try that one. So there were 2 Terminator games for Super Nintendo. Not the T2, the arcade game, which is arguably pretty good, but no. They made a side-scrolling one. Keep an eye out for a certain logo. Ah, yes. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. This is side-scrolling beat 'em up, which tells you everything you need to know about this kind of game. So, options. Oh, we have stereo, baby. This will be great. Yeah, the Super Nintendo, I mean, it's weird too, especially growing up in Sweden. The Nintendo was by far, I mean, Mega Drive existed then in Sweden. I know they were bigger in other areas, but Nintendo reigned supreme, really. They were definitely the de facto one. So, I just love the jump this guy does. Look at this jump. He looks like... I'm sad. I'm a sad robot. I mean, really, what is this jump? Not to mention the attacks are... Stop blowing up phone booths. I don't remember the movie going on just quite like this. Can I get a weapon? Ah! This looked like Hank Hill. Oh, there's a regular punch. Ah. I'm tired playing this. I'll read some chat here. Alright, thanks for stopping by, John Nismo. Have a good one. I'm not sure we will, but... It's just... There's so many games that are... Ah. Yeah, I know they're reduced to 50% efficiency because they keep shooting me. Okay, I think my pet peeve with a lot of these games is the endless mob spawning. Like, even when they made these games back then, they didn't really think, like, the only way you could do these games is just have a bazillion bad guys spawning all the time. There's so many games that do that. It's so annoying. Like, even games that are supposedly pretty decent, like the Star Wars games, Super Nintendo, I really dislike them because they spawn enemies so fast. If the spawn rate was even remotely less, I would really enjoy it. I'll say I played T2 on the Nintendo as well, and it's equally horrible, so... Oh, I can go this way too. I was gonna jump my way through here. Aha. Yeah. Future object located. No. Oh, I got a 50% health back. Sweet. I bet it's not really gonna help. Oh. Jeez, how many bikers are in this bar? Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Just punched the waitress too. Oh, keys. I think I got a gun there somehow. Yeah. Pistol. There we go. 2% left. We got this. No. And I assume just back to beginning now. Mission failure, yeah, because I didn't expect there would be 460 different bikers waiting in line there. They really gotta show you the whole, like, the world has ended. Rub it in, why don't you? Hey, you really screwed up. I mean, I don't want to say it, but because you failed in the game now, you really screwed everything over. And here's the logo! I'm not sure if that's intentional that they have the Judgment Day and Exit Gen logo there, but... I'll try again, because now I know where kinda to go. Just throws you right in. Love this little sad jump. It's just terrific. Oh, what did I bring back? Not a whole heck of a lot, actually. Mostly just some CDs and stuff like that. I didn't get to bring a ton of stuff from, like... I didn't really bring any toys back or anything like that. I actually cleared out a lot of my old stuff. So I'm trying to, like, just get rid of some of the stuff I have there. To be fair, a lot of it is not that interesting, but I grabbed just a few, like, old music CDs you may have seen on Twitter. I didn't really bring any toys back at all, actually. Most of those I actually just got rid of. I don't have that much left, honestly. Now, as I said, I do have quite a bit left, honestly, I should say. But, the gun is here somewhere, right? Future object. No, I mean, there were some that I decided to pass on to. There's places that take them for, like... Oh, I got the gun now? There we go. There are places that take them for kind of like donation places that then will let other collectors find them, stuff like that. Because I just have a lot of old stuff that's not really a weapon. Okay, shotgun. How do I switch to shotgun? I got the shotgun. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. You know, said when I walk over him, I said immobilized from non-lethal wounds. Yep. Absolutely non-lethal wounds. I think this game wouldn't be bad if there weren't for the fact that there's like so many bad guys. Just so many. Well, that's not annoying. Immobilized from non-fatal wounds, yep. Shotgun blast to the chest, no problem. It is super sluggish too. That's just kind of implied on these games. Find residents. Collect remaining future objects. Future objects remaining 2. Oh my goodness. Getting book up. Welcome. We are playing this thing. Yeah. My shotgun's powerful. I'll tell you what. Come with me if you want to live. Did I get a few drawbacks in here? I do not know there's any way to dodge this because they just shoot you so fast. That is pretty hideous. In a good kind of way. Oh boy. Have I been everywhere? You just shoot the bridge? Whee! I know, and you're just like, oh man, I can't wait to play this. You see the movie? Oh, it's awesome. This is something. There's so many bad guys. What do I have left? 2 future objects. Where? Immobilized from non-fatal wounds. I've been everywhere now, right? It's a kitchen. What am I missing? 180 rounds, am I? At least it gives you extra health there. Oh. I have to actually shoot them to open them. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Object is completed. Proceed to the next destination. I'm not sure I'll make it to the next destination. I'll bunny hop there. What a good movie T2 is, really. Oh, there's probably bike level, you're right, isn't there? Whoop, 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 whoop. Accuracy. 1 to 1. All right. I made it past the first stage. Huzzah. There's probably bike level. Oh my god. What is going on here? What is drive? What is going on? Jeez. Hold it there, T. What's going on? I'm so confused, or I'm high. I don't know what's going on here. I like the graphics, but what the... Like, why is he driving, like, extreme hyperspeed? I think there was... the truck was there. Well, too bad for anyone who... I'm literally just trying to figure out how to turn this thing. Because he slides up and down like this. Can I only go north and south? It's so fast. Look at this speed. I mean, jeez Louise. So fast. I'm driving somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, the truck is just kind of roaming around. I still don't know how the turn system works. Yeah, man, it looks decent, but the only control I have is just like left and right kind of makes them just slide along the road like this, which we all know that's exactly how a motorcycle works, like this, when you drive like this, like everyone does. Bloom! Just the movement. The T8100 exploded in traffic, making an illegal left turn. The end. It might be linear path, but it didn't make sense, like the movement to me at all. It was just like flinging all over the place. It's like I could turn around and then scooch, and that literally just took it back to the beginning, didn't it? I don't think I can do the first level again, but it really just take it to the beginning. That's like an LGN special. They seem to always do that. You just lost control, or just lost it. Yep. Yeah, back to that music. I think this is one of those games where like you have to challenge yourself to see how far you can actually get. Scanning. Okay. Let's load up one that I have heard is pretty bad too. This is one that was ported to a lot of different things. It's Pit Fighter. And I trusted this on DOS, and the music is actually really good because it's like ad-lib. But on Super Nintendo, it was apparently very bad. Also very loud. I don't need to hear it that loud. I kind of do want to watch the speedrun of that game. Yeah, Terminator 2 for the Super Nintendo. But so the thing with this is that they use digitized sound, or not sound, but it's trying to do the Mortal Kombat thing, but they just did it so poorly that it looks terrible. I think this was ported to like every system known to man. Yeah. Oh, this is... What is going on? I'm dead, I think. What? Game over. Thank you very much, Karth. Much appreciated. You had to donate during what apparently is the best fighting game ever made, but thank you very much. I do appreciate it. By golly. Like, again, the DOS version wasn't that bad. Gadoosh. I think he gadooshed himself out of the... It's so jittery and fast. Ugh. You got teabagging him or something? I don't know what's going on right now. This button seems to work. Oh, you thought this was T2 still? Yeah! I would like to get through the first fight if I can. The music is like... It's like this random riffing. Can I switch character? Ah, there we go. We'll try tie. Whoa, foot! Small my foot. The movement's just so ridiculous. It feels like I'm not, like, attached to the game. Like, the character's kind of floating around above the game. Brutal, too! I'm actually trying. Well, I'm button mashed as fast as I can, but... Wow, I see why this got the reputation of one of the worst fighting games on Super Nintendo. Let's try the other character then. Kato, 3rd degree black belt. Smell my hand. And he just did a pile driver. Like relentless. How'd you block? Like a fish is hopping around. This is awful. This is truly, truly awful. I know there's a lot of bad fighting games. Just as well, there's bad platformers. But I mean, imagine you buying this game, and I mean, people clearly did. I think I had the best luck with Buzz, honestly. Justice League Task Force, is that the one that's the top-down action RPG or whatever? Or is that a different one? Fucking LGN, I assume. Oh! Oh, he's groin kicking me the whole way through. Yes! Oh, he's convulsing. What's the music? It's like this random, like, riffing. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Oh no, it's the biker dudes from T2. They're here! They're here! I don't think I got even new... I don't think even my health... I won't stand there and flex for crying out loud. This feels like one of those like Shara games you find randomly on like a DOS floppy disk or something. I don't think my health regenerated at all. Game over. Wow. This is some top tier game. So you gotta just make it through? How would you possibly get through this game? Like you need like one of those like crouching kick cheats almost. I'm literally just spamming strong punch. That's all I'm doing. It seems to work. Yeah. Douche. Yeah, Rise of a Robot is pretty awful too. Flex bonus. The music never stops. I feel like there's a weakness to all these, so you gotta figure out. The Rise of Robots is bad, but this is just awful. Yeah, everyone hyped that game to no end, right? Well, that's terrible. That's really terrible. We'll try a different game because I cannot possibly play this anymore. I'm just getting like an aneurysm playing this here. Let's try a nice classic tie-in game, Batman Forever. This is gonna be your kind of standard, typical side-scrolling beat 'em up there. From what I understand, is not horrible, but not great. It's a licensed tie-in game, but the other one, Pit Fighter, that was awful. I can't imagine us just playing that game for enjoyment. Ooh, look at that. Full disclosure, I did enjoy Batman Forever as a movie. I thought it was neat for the era, and I had a good time watching it. Control method 1, I don't know what those do, but sure. Can't select anyone else, so I guess we're Batman. Just kind of flew off to the side there. Sure. Equipment selection too. Wow, fancy. It's supposed to be him looking at the Bat computer here. Okay. That's a lot of Mode 7. Bat computer news. Oh, that Arkham, they're at it again. I think they shouldn't be locking them up there anymore. Backup needed immediately. So Batman gets to go and punch everyone. Got it. I mean, at this point now, nothing could be worse than that Pit Fighter. That may be the crown of the evening so far. Oh, more digitized crap. A place like Mortal Kombat here. Oh, no. Up his jump. This feels incredibly responsive compared to T2 and all that. Loading? Is there loading happening here on a Super Nintendo? Solve my riddles and to secrets be led if they aren't already over your head. Oh, that would make sense. He even's got that uppercut move. What's with this free riffing like music like this? Whee! So where do I go now? A way to like... There's a hole here. Can I rappel myself up here? I guess. Just chilling. Batman and chill. Can't do it again in the air. Oh, he's gliding. Oh, there's a hole. I'm trying to use the... Fortunately, up this... Uh-oh. In the night. Why is he walking around like... Why is Batman doing the fisticuffs? Like, oh, come out here. Twirling his mustache. Yeah, the original NES Batman is really good for what it is. Nothing like having precise inputs here on the... Oh, yeah, you're right. Nothing like having precise inputs here on the first level, or... Can't do that again there, so... What am I missing? In Revenant? You get to see us playing Batman Forever, just flailing at a hole here. With no luck of getting up. Select also is the... button. No ladder here, right? I didn't miss anything. Pretty great. It's like Super Nintendo's a great console, but there's some real stinkers on here. We've seen a couple tonight, for sure. Standing here, it only hooks like into the hole. It's got to have a reason for that, right? Like it only hooks in. Nothing like having this on the second stage or the first stage. I can do it here too. That's right, didn't he test it? He played all the Batman games, didn't he? Fortunately, you press up to jump, which is never okay. Oh. Greatest game ever. Don't know what to do. You didn't think this should be this hard, but here we are. Like, I don't know why there's like a magic button combination to do this versus just like up. Oh, I was able to... He shot straight up there, somehow. I don't know quite, but it's like you gotta time the up and launch super well. Somehow. Yeah, that's a bummer. He was Batman. Is there nothing else here? Take that door. Okay. The up grapple is extremely tight timing. Am I just beating up the prisoners and moving on? Best game ever. Well, I decided to pick some really good ones tonight, so... There's a soft lock? Can we get down now? Oh, this is amazing. I mean, this is what I figured a lot of these games would be like, because it is just like, you think that it's a good tie-in, you buy... Well, not a good tie-in, but, you know, you bought the game, love the movie, whatever, and... sorely mistaken. There's some special combination here to get into this door. I'll stand in the corner. The NES Batman games are way better. Yeah, it seems like games like this forget the cardinal rule. Almost like you want to keep moving, right? You want to have like movement. Tekken 2 bootleg, huh? Or Super Nintendo? It's a lot of that on the gray market, I suppose, with random stuff. Not feeling this game, that's for sure. I have to do like a... Well... Yeah, go for it. If you want to drop it in the Discord, go for it. It'd be fun to test it out. Unless it's already in the hardware target pack. It might be in here. Let's see. Oh, I don't see it in here anyway. I'll be just tag. Okay. Beta's prototype. I'm not gonna mess with too much. This game is not great here. Don't know where to go. I suppose that has some muffled sound to it. I of course grew up on it, so for me it always is the feel of, or the sound of, you know, your Super Mario, Super Metroid, Super Zelda, and all those games, right? So iconic. But I'm not gonna argue that it sounds clean or anything compared to the the way the Genesis sounds, but it's such a more direct. I don't know that I'm gonna keep trying this much longer here. I don't know how to get anywhere. And this is just the first stage. Like, I feel like I'm missing something extremely obvious, or it has soft lock. I figured this door would have opened. Can't go in here. Something in the cell there. Can't go down there. Oh, yeah. And clearly they didn't do a good job on the audio here either. So, what a horrendously dull game. All right, let's go for one of the other ones on the list here. Let's see what we got. Let's go with a really weird one. Captain Novolin. Thanks, Solar. I did get the DM there. I'll take a look here. Is it's like a diabetes learning game. This is actually then made by... Yeah, it's a game that teaches you about diabetes. But remember, this game doesn't tell you how to manage your diabetes. Your doctor will tell you about your individual care. Warning, any change of insulin should be made cautiously and only under medical supervision. This is a weird game. It's just in. Aliens have landed on Mount Wayuptar. They are disguised as sugary junk foods and have been ordered by Blubberman, the leader, to take over the Earth. They have captured Mayor Gooden of Pineville, who has enough diabetes supplies to last 48 hours. Someone will save him and the world from these evil invaders. This sounds like a job for yours truly, Captain Novolin. As weird as just like they're trying to educate, which you need to check your blood sugar 4 times a day, but you can check it more often if you like. Don't forget to take the insulin dose I prescribed. It's in your breakfast meal, okay. I think you can just jump and... You need to pick up the healthy breakfast foods and avoid the bad ones, see? Like a banana. Oh no. I made him sick. And I don't quite understand how this game got made. I guess it was to educate kids about diabetes and stuff, or... Like many games like of this kind of caliber, it's not good. I mean, it's not bad, I guess, but... Check your blood glucose level. Ah, yes, the Wolfenstein 3D. Oh no, a soda! Or can jump, that's for sure. I have no blasting powers. Do not inject insulin into the stomach. Knee, okay. I think it's just boring. Glucon makes your buddy make glucose really fast. Oh, Cookie knocked me out. Not trying to make light of diabetes, of course, it's a very serious disease. It's just this game is just like, why was this made? How was this made? And it looks like it was sponsored by Novo Nordisk, so that's a pharmaceutical company, so... It's like edutainment for diabetes. It was the 90s, alright. All okay. Oh, yeah, I think I ate too much sugar. You ate too much food before lunch. So I need to avoid some foods. See, I'm playing a video game. I collect things. That's just what I do. Carrot can't be bad, right? Ow. Oh, so you touch them. Carrot, grapes, tuna, sandwich, glass of milk. So it's not the pickups, it's the, But I had to make it like a platformer. Ow. Those things are just running into me. Oh. Yes. So that's a game. It's, yeah. I mean, it's, I guess, what they're trying to do, but it feels like this was a game made by a committee, right? Just like the fact, I don't even know how to describe this. The fact that it's a Super Nintendo edutainment game about diabetes is just... It's wild. Well, that's why not, how many super games are there here? Oh, this is a, that's right, that's not officially licensed, is it? They will be under unlicensed. There it is, Super 3D Noah's Ark. Yeah, it is very that style. That's the risk with any of these games. Like, I want the curious bad games, not the boring ones, because if it gets too boring, then... easy. Supports the mouse, too. I like the fact you basically just blast all the animals in this one. And they sleep, right? Whose idea was this, anyway? They have fainted. Yeah, so for those that aren't aware, then, this is basically a Wolfenstein 3D, unlicensed version, basically using, or you're playing as Noah, trying to subdue all the animals that run around before they get into more mischief. Picking up fruit. That is correct. 2 no more nuts. Oh, yeah, what's going on in here anyway? Just an interesting game that it was made in the first place, right? I need some high caliber sleeping agents here. Control works alright. Use L and R, the shoulder buttons, to be able to strafe. They're coming right for us. Like they just blast it with food and they fall asleep. Good point. That's impressive for, you know... Impressive, I shouldn't say, but it runs decently well. Oh, coming for me. Can't say I've been to any Bible theme park, but this is an interesting, it's funny what the Super Nintendo was capable of, you know. And you imagine seeing this on a blurry tube as well. does make me yearn more for, like, you know, Wolfenstein, but which was ported to this too, I think, right? On Super Nintendo. Stop headbutting me, you jerk. Yeah, they brought a little too many goats on this boat here. I don't think that's gonna work, dude. Yeah, it's one of those, like, Doom on SNES. It's just, it's a cool technical showcase, but not a game you would, you know, sit and play. But I mean, some people did, of course. But it is just so bad. Again, just cool for the fact that it is there in the first place. That's probably where I started. I'm very lost now. You sure did. Yeah, we, that's the first one we played. And that was not pleasant. Yeah, again, the Doom port on SNES is just very impressive, but as a game, that's a problem. It's more like a tech demo, right? I played Bebe's Kids earlier. Yeah, we played Captain Novolin, which was the game about diabetes. And I do a lot of damage, too. Can I switch weapons? No. They have, like, fruit grenades or anything? Wow, look at this. Nice map. Whoa. Far out. Yeah, I think I saw that, that it was being developed and they were trying to pitch it right, and he was kind of like coding it just to show that he could. Also extremely impressive. Looks like that's where I need to go. Through the store here? No. This store. I think it was just like he was trying to prove it was possible, right, or something, and then ended up getting the, well, I mean, it was made, so, impressive as hell. But yeah, then we look at the Doom port on 32X, and the Resurrection one is actually really good, so I am curious to see what the homebrew community can do more as those more, you know, non-mainstream consoles, I should say, or 32X, and we haven't seen homebrew on things like that, because the market is so small, of course, but we did race driving for quite a while, even compared to the Genesis version. And that was slow, yep. That was very, very slow. At least this here is weird, but it runs well. About as well as I can expect. 96% animals knocked in the head. I mean, they're sleeping. How did it pitch me to look for this? Yeah, it's like Wolfenstein 3D, except you put animals asleep. Props for creativity, I guess. Yeah, not a really bad game. It's an oddity, but it does do what it's setting out to do. It's weird, definitely weird. Oh no! Noah died. Alright, I had another guy. I'm pretty sure AVGN did this too. Right. Need some holy hand grenade in here. Namco's Weapon Lords. Never heard of that one. Not on the list. I have a list of other games here too, but that's right, he did that too. Yeah, a lot of people have like had their say about this one. Again, just because it's so like bizarre that it exists in the first place. How is this like, oh, we're educational or, you know, learn about religion? Like shooting animals with a... I just realized you can't see the projectiles. And these goats are moving like a freaking... Because yeah, this at least is playable in the way it's intended to be. Better than a lot of the other games we tried tonight so far. My thumb is getting hurt now by... But anyways. Fruit. Leaving a lot of fruit just laying around here. Yeah, that looks like a secret. That's pretty clever, actually, but it's like the fruit machine gun. Huh. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put some animals to sleep now. Here, animals. Got a surprise for you. Just want to say hi. Because they have to figure out how to design the weapons for this where it, like, made sense, too. And they want to put this, like... whatever this is. Like an automatic... slingshot? I'm sure people have, or it feels like they would have. The Super Nintendo library, if nothing else, is quite diverse. I heard it. Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun. Kind of. I hear them. It's super effective. Way more effective. It's supposed to be like they're dropping down little feed pellets. The range. Yeah, that's right. SRG 320, right? He's working on the Saturn core. I was gonna test it, but I realized I actually had forgotten because it hasn't been a problem yet. But I don't have the big memory module. I do have to buy that to be able to play the Saturn core. But I think he's doing all right. But Ukraine is, of course, in a tight spot, to say the least. Oop. I'm getting into this now. It's good enough that I'm getting into it. We'll finish this here now. Yeah. Okay. So what was the game you talked about? It was Weapon Lords. I don't think I've heard of that one. We can try it out. Weapon Lords. There it is. Never heard of it. Let's find out. Weapon Lord. Ooh, it's a late game too. 95. And I can't remember. It was a while back. My wife and I was just playing. Oh, that's on Super Nintendo? Thought it was on a different platform. The Demon Lord reigns supreme. Fine. It looks pretty metal. Boring story. Oh my. I'm gonna get this lady here with the... Oh, it's just a fighting game like this?
Battle 1.
Oh my. I mean, there's no pet fighter, but... I am very bad at fighting games, apparently. I love the 90s, like, ridiculous muscular. Everyone's just so muscular. Muscles all over the place. I do not know the controls very well. Really?
Battle 2.
It's like they always, like, with these kind of games, they always go overboard with, like, you know, how cool the character looks and, like, how extravagant the animation is and everything. And they forget that, oh yeah, we have to make an actual good game too. This is hard. Oh, just gutted her. Thou have fallen. Yeah, they do speedrun everything eventually. Game over. I'll do one more fight, but now I'm curious on that Justice League game you were mentioning. Then I have a few other games we can try too. Bane. Wolf guy. I have to fight her again.
Battle 1.
It's like it's over detailed. Jesus, in my. Can I get one hit in, please? Oh, slow too. I think I got one hit. One hit in. Look graphically impressive. It's late in the cycle of the But again, they're going overboard with the graphical detail. It's just too much clutter. I can't see what's going on. Like a Neo Geo game. Good grief. Wow. Impressive, but super hard. I hear you. That's the hard part about doing content creation. I am working on my next one as well, but yeah, it can take a long time. I realized there was a Justice League game on here. Huh. Yeah. I am building a new machine here now, actually a modern machine. Some of you saw it on Discord, or I posted about it there, but I want to have a TV computer, if you will. I'm so invested now in this Blizzard, huh? In the Steam Deck and the Steam ecosystem. I want to be able to have a console for the TV, a PC console. So yeah, I have a small form factor Dell that I'm going to gut, and then I bought a luscious hair Superman. That's right, I remember. I think I tried this one. I think I saw it in the list and just tried it, but it's also a, like, how Superman not just knocking everyone over. But yeah, this is one of Blizzard's first game, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's a Dell Optiplex small form factor. So I'm going to basically take the processor and all the, you know, RAM and hard drive and stuff like that, and transport it or supplant it into a micro micro case with a motherboard and everything, so I can use a full-size GPU. I just today managed to snag a used 1060 3GB, which I know it's not a powerful card or anything, but I I'm looking for like a TV-based 1080p gaming machine, basically. How is this even up? I'll say that should have been it. Do they explain anything in this game why Batman is able to go toe-to-toe with Superman here? So I'm going to use Windows for starters because although I love SteamOS honestly on the deck, I don't think SteamOS 3 is fully out yet for PCs. Once that's out, I probably will, but for now I'm going to run the new big picture mode, I think. The idea being is that, you know, I can play games that I want on PC on my PC, but then some games like, say, Jedi Fallen Order or stuff like that, right? Those are perfect third-person action games, are much more suited for playing on a TV and controller, I think. So that's what I'm planning on doing, basically, so then I can use the same save on my Steam Deck and all that kind of stuff, so... Alright, thanks to my Pixel. Don't forget to have the song from Bebe's Kids lull you to sleep, so... Well, that's useful. That works. Aha! But then the idea being is that I can just kind of hop between the different systems. Still playing in, like, you know, strategy games and FPSs on my regular PC. But being able to play a lot of the kind of couch games on an actual PC, because I don't have a huge interest in buying one of the modern consoles right now. I'm so invested in Steam as an ecosystem, especially with the Steam Deck, that I can basically use it as kind of like a, you know, the new machine is going to be more powerful than the deck is by far when it's, you know, quote-unquote docked, because the deck is not that powerful on that level, especially driving a 1080p panel. My TV's 4K, but playing in 1080p is perfectly fine for that, so... and I can always upgrade in the future, but I wanted to have, like, something I can build on from there. Who would a Justice League member attack me for no reason? Nice. Whew, I'm still jet lagged. Oh, hi, The Flash. Yeah. That one's super effective. Yeah. Ow. I would say this is passable. I mean, for what it is, it's definitely not bad. We played worse fighting games tonight, but yeah, that's true. That's the thing. And honestly, what I'm trying to do is just kind of do a basic setup first, and then kind of expand on it. So I'm trying to, like, space it out. I'm not looking to spend a lot on this, which is why I've had, you know, I have the small form factor PC already with it's an i7 6700 in there, so, you know, plenty enough for what I need to do. And, you know, SATA hard drive or a solid state hard drive, of course. 16GB RAM, and then the 1060 3GB and everything. I think it should be a decent 1080p machine that I can build on later if I need to. Like, I must see it like a PS4 Pro level PC console, if that makes sense. And I do like SteamOS once and if they come out on the desktop version for that for PCs and not just the Steam Deck. I will definitely load it on there, but for now, Windows with big picture mode will be fine. You lose. Yeah, I am really bad at Linux as well, but I've really enjoyed it on the Steam Deck. Like, I have no plans for running Windows on my Steam Deck. It works great, I think. And I'm excited for the alternative, because, I mean, ideally, like, when you're looking at something like that, it's meant to be a gaming console. I don't need to run, although you can, desktop applications and all that stuff on it. I use it almost exclusively for just gaming on the go, right? So, or gaming on the couch, or wherever it might be. And there, the Flash. The Flash killed Superman. Somehow. Actually. Oh yeah. It's, I've enjoyed messing with Linux as far as, like, the Steam OS goes, and everything. So I'm not against it whatsoever. And the fact that you're getting a lot more game support now, and Proton being so good as compatibility layer has helped a lot, I think. And I think the Steam OS or Linux has gone up dramatically as the game being used on Steam, so that's the thing. I look at my queue now of things I want to make videos on, and it just keeps increasing, because I figured I should probably maybe film when I make this mini PC thing, right? Feels like it's appropriate. Let's see. Let's do a sports game. One that came up constantly when I looked at bad games. Bill Laimbeer's Combat Basketball. I don't know anything about this, but it showed up on every, like, bad game list. So we'll do a sports game now. There's, of course, a wide variety of sports games from this era. And I mean, I assume he's a real basketball player. They based the game around Combat Basketball. Does that make sense? Like Speedball? That's not a lot of options, but we'll do a single game. Rad music. Really? Came with it? Like a pack-in, you mean? Or yeah, ended up buying at the same time? One player, two player quit. Okay. Wow, this looks exactly like Speedball. Who am I? I'm the blue guy, I guess. Oh my. That's some basketball, alright. So slow. Hello, where are my players at? Was that the GPU that I just, or the CPU that I just passed like that? It's like impossibly slow. That's right, he did. The PlayStation core is turning into... It's turning into one of the really good cores. Can't, like, outrun them at all. Are you gonna make that? This, I see why it's on the... It's just like... Protect me! It's just terrible! Uppity music is not selling the, I could see that being, like, better with two-player. But it's very Speedball-like to me, but Speedball has, like, a speed to it. This slows molasses. Yeah, how do you shoot? No, let me get the ball. Get me the ball. Can I make one basket? Ow. Like, my thumb is hurting just trying to direct these players. It feels so sluggish. That's like a common theme, it feels like, with a lot of these games that are just not that good. It's just, and back to the music. Like, they are way faster. I noticed. I'm not sure if there's another button to go faster. They are, like, way faster with the ball. Rise of the Robots. Yeah, we'll go there next here after this, because this is not an enjoyable experience. Like, the B button is all I have. No other button does anything. Yeah, there's no other button does anything. Is this the easy difficulty? Backward. The combat seems to be just mostly just tackling. Protect me, dude! Eating banana? Yeah, I had to, it was Thanksgiving yesterday, so I was with family, so tonight was a good stream night, instead. I think I did same thing last year, so I should be back to regular stream schedule now, following this, depending on when we get into the holidays. I think the AI is a little aggressively tuned, but it's like nothing you can do. Alright, that's cruel and unusual punishment. Hey, I was close to the basket. These guys are about as good as basketball as I am, so I feel right at home. Can I get one in? Protect me! This may be one of the slowest, sluggiest, is that a word? Just now. I can't do anything to protect myself. Anything I can do? Oh, I think I'm getting a speed. Oh, did I figure out a way to go faster? I think you can tap a button, maybe? Oh boy. That is not. No, I don't want to play again. Okay. I can imagine this is a game you would find in the bargain bin a lot, but I never heard of it before. Looking bad games up, and sure enough, this one was here. So, Rise of the Robots. Getting a lot of fighting games, and this one was ported as well. And yeah, that was a huge hoopla when this was coming out. All the magazines were running specials about it, and they were foaming at it because it was like 3D rendered and then made into sprites and everything, and it looked really, really good. Yeah, I don't think I've tried the SimCity 2000 on. Well, I think I fired up one time, just for the giggles, but 90s attitude. A robot. Bleep bloop. I get an animation, everything. It is not one of the good ones. %13 humans. This does sound very muddled. It's like a mod tracker. I guess it was made for the Amiga, really, but that was the thing. It was supposed to be like this new generation of fighting game for the Amiga and everything, but it just turned out to be just a dud. Because it just was not a good fighting game, and that's what I heard. I never bought it or played it, really, besides just a curious trying here and there. What I think about is One Must Fall 2097 on PC, which is actually pretty good, so... Purge all buffers. Cyborg. Let me hit you. It's smooth enough, but it's just so bland, I guess. Like I'm not doing much damage on this guy. He's got the extendo robot arm there. Again, no pit fire. Blammo. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, and I think that's the thing. It looked great in magazines, right? And the gameplay was so boring. I mean, that was the thing, especially, there are no special moves? That's a problem when you get the, The pre-rendered characters, right? Boy, it's getting tiring. You just... Yeah. I was button mashing anyway, but I just can't get a good hit in. Whee! Great game. That's the factory loading robot one. Is there Hadouken in there? I tried all those maneuvers, but it did nothing. Ah, there we go. Let's try that again. Easy difficulty. Now we're talking. Very much a Pepsi man. The music is cool. I'll give it that, but it's like Amiga mod tracker, right? So, or mod music. Purge all buffers. I'd switch on easy, dang it. Is this me, or is it doing like twice the damage every time he hits me? Oh, I did something there. Good gracious. One of the games would never see. That makes sense, yeah. Cut you. What's stabbing to do? It's Roberto from Trauma. Aha! He's blocking literally every attack I do. The great effect. I know I'm terrible at fighting games, but... That's right, he was in one. I can't remember which one it was. Was it one of the Tekken ones or something? But well, that's that. Fighting games. A lot of bad fighting games, apparently, so... Let's see. But yeah, music is good. A lot of the games I have on here are fighting games. We're already here. There we go. Rocketeer apparently is pretty bad, so we'll do that one too. What a shock. What a twist. That's a good sign. 1 or 2 players. I got the new rocket pack working, and it's even faster than the old one, Clifford. Let you fly it if you can win 2 races in the Gibi. Uh-oh. 2 races beats a cake for Cliff. I don't think so. It'd be an easy win if the army would let me fly their new Locust. Story. Lots of story. Are you kidding? That fighter prototype is worth over $1 million. Come on, I gotta get in the air. Uh-oh. Well, as I understand it, this is not one of their finest products. Whoa. So you just fly like this? I have full throttle, so... Nice little 3D view there. Yeah, I thought so too. And they're just outclassing me, so... Did it crash? What happened there? It is loose. I'm back. Wow. My goodness. Live games that just throw you in like that and then you're just on your own and... Man, how am I supposed to... I don't understand. I'm right on their tail, but... Yes, the Rocketeer. Remember when you had to fly the airplane a whole bunch? It's crashed a little bit, it's fine. Brutal first stage here. Can't help but wonder if it's one of those where the people who are developing the game are playing and they're so good at it, they never really, you know, realize how hard the game is. They're already ahead of me. It's like... You're supposed to fail? Okay. I'll try. There we go. That seems to be doing it. But I can't ram into them either. Thanks for the tip. See if I can pull this off here now. It's a matter of cornering tight around the post, basically. Whee! Alright, thanks for the tip. Alright, thanks to my solar. Have a good one. There we go. Yep, it only took 3 times to do it, no problem. So it's always fun with cabling and everything like that, trying to figure all that junk out. Once you get it all nailed, it's pretty good. But what? Are we going again? Really? "14 laps? What? Don't stay too close to the poles, I guess. Alright, see you later, Solar. So this is definitely what I remember from the Rocketeer movie, right? The exciting part when they're just doing this forever. Yep. It's just like mind-numbing. That's the thing with a lot of these games. So it's just, you know, I understand some of them are bad, some are worse, some are pit fighter, but a lot of them are just boring. You never know if it's because they tried to do something too different or what, but beep. It sure feels like it. Like there, they just caught up to me now because I wasn't cornering tight enough. And that was not for me to lose the whole thing. Wow. That's just awful. The fact that it's just so brutal too. First part of the game. Not too close. By golly. I guess one more try, and I don't think I could keep doing this. This is so brutal. Nope, hit the pole, I'm done for. Forget it. Oh. That's just... I mean, I'm assuming you get to do rocketeering stuff later on in the game, but that's terrible. Let's play a game we know is really good. Which, of course, is Shaq Fu. Actually, it's funny because I used this as a barometer for game prices, because it used to be that years ago I was buying my wife a Valentine's gift, and it was like one of the Final Fantasy games. I can't remember which one now that she wanted, so I bought that. But I wanted to be a gag gift too, so I wanted a copy of Shaq Fu and give that to her. And I mean, he opened a drawer at the used game store, and like just flipping through them, I think it was 95 cents, right? And even this now is probably over 10 bucks now. I was like, yeah, partly inflation, but then just supply and demand, and people are willing to pay for games like that. So and like many other games from this era, this is just kind of bland. Yeah, it's a fighting game. There's a lot of fighting games from this era. Okay, can I play? Options. Easy, please. Not much yet, just trying to stock up on some of the for the kids, basically. We gotta play Shaq, of course. But then yeah, I did buy the Shaq vs. Shaq. All right, I did buy the that 1060 today, so I suppose that counts. I have not played the Shaq Fu, The Legend Reborn, the recent revival of this. I always felt that this game is so floaty. Like, the animations are impressive, but it's extremely floaty controls. And kind of feel like there's no grounding to the character, almost. There's no... You're kind of suggesting where it goes and not, like, controlling it. How was this game even... Like, how did it come about? No fury for you. And again, like many of these, they're just bland. I don't think I played this game very far ever, because it gets droll, or not droll, it gets boring and dull pretty quickly. Trying to do some moves here, but it's not going so well. Yeah, I think the animations are cool looking. The graphics are neat. Just the right, you know, mixture of like pixel artistry and large sprites and all that stuff, but it plays just really poorly. That said, I mean, this is at least a game you could, you know, theoretically fight your way through somehow, versus Pit Fighter was just an abomination on the Super Nintendo. Jack wins. Oh my. Yeah, you loaded up on stuff then, so I just bought one, well, I should say I bought the case for that little new machine then. And a used motherboard to go with it too. So I didn't want to have to deal with the conversion of the Dell specific motherboard. Yeah, it's funny, I had that in my mind too for the longest time until I tried playing it a few years ago when I actually bought a cartridge for 95 cents. And yeah, it's a standard fighting game in that sense. Like Shaq, he's got star power. Let's make a kung fu game in the weird dimension, whatever this is. It might have been on it. I think it was on a lot of different platforms, right? Almost like multi-port to everything. Evening Nasty Porch. Yeah, see, I never played it because I mean they didn't launch this in Europe to my knowledge. If they did, must have missed it. But not only was it, you know, a very US heavy game, if you will, with the basketball and everything, but it's got swords. That doesn't seem fair. Ow. Just so sluggish. Ugh. It's just extremely, like, sluggish now with handles. It's just, like, kind of like you feel like you're not really in control of the character. Like, you play Street Fighter 2 or something, and it's very direct and feels like every input you do is you. This one is just like, I'm suggesting what to do. And the presentation, I think, is really good. I mean, I think it looks really cool. The music is cool, too. And it's just, it's missing that key ingredient that all fighting games must have, which is, you know, good controls. Oh. Whew. That was close. I don't know. I'm gonna play this now. It's still... Shaq Fu is pretty legendary as far as, like, a quote-unquote bad game. Clearly, we played way worse tonight, but... It's such a weird concept. Like, where did it come from? Is there, I mean, I didn't grow up here, so I didn't know. And certainly wasn't interested in sports in the time either. Was it like a thing? Something else about Shaq being a fighter? It's kind of anticlimactic. It's kicking her. I'm cheesing my way through here now, of course. I'm not really using any special moves. I'm trying to, but... Oh, that actually connected. Didn't do that much damage. Just a basic kick is doing way more. Yeah, that's true. He just leaned into that. I think this game, like, when you watch it, I think it looks really impressive. But again, it's just the playing, and I'm not very good at it, obviously, but it just... Oh, okay. He's running into all kinds of funky people. Ah. I can finally met my match here now. Blocking. You lose. Yeah, I'm not gonna win this one, I think. Another end of the line for Shaq. Been able to cheese my way through with the kicks here now for the longest time. All right, got one more time, or one more try here now. See. But yeah, I keep pushing the gamepad or the directional control so hard to get the character to go where I want it to. Ah. I don't know how I managed to do that there. Mm-hmm. Hello, Mr. Mummy. And this, we end up half the live stream playing Shaq Fu. The same sound effect. Peace level high. Yes, I'm quite the expert at fighting games, obviously, as you can tell. I'm sure if you guys have seen the terminal montage makes like animated speedruns, or meaning they animate speedruns of games in a funny way. And they did one for Street Fighter 2, and it's the Ryu just doing the crouching kick constantly, which you can kind of stun lock characters with that, so it's a very cheesy move. Wow, took half my health in one hit there. And they make fun of that he just used the crouching kick constantly to win every battle. Boy, that spinning one does a lot of damage. Yep, that's it. End of the line for Shaq. My rap is better than your rap. Oh my. What a burn. I realize there's so many fighting games on here. See, I think... Let's check out this one. I love this movie. Let's see how this time game is. Time Cop. And I love the movie because it's so cheesy and bad. JVC. Oh. Oh, Cryo. Oh, my. They've made some... Let her tie in. Okay. Jump is B. Okay, so it's not up at least. Yeah. That's extreme 90s cheese, and I approve. That's great. We'll see how the game is. Thanks to Max Walker and the Time Enforcement Commission, TEC, the time travel system created by Professor Hans Kleindas, didn't fall into Senator Aaron M.C. Combs' hands. A new security system called TimeScan has been developed in... Wow, that's fast. All right. Whoa, hello. I think that's a good guy. That's a lot of exposition dump. The status of Time Master bores him. He needs a worthy opponent. Let's duel begin. Ooh, look at that. Cool effect. That was a lot of exposition in a short amount of time. Just wall of text. Loading time?
FBI. Get on it.
That's Van Damme, alright.
Get on it.
This is gloriously horrible. Yeah, it doesn't feel like too far away from that, huh? The kick he does, look at that! He's just Rochambeauing me. This feels like a weird, like, 90s MTV thing. I gotta do that kick because otherwise they reach me easily. Oh my.
FBI. Get on it.
This is extremely 90s.
FBI. Get on it.
Yeah. You can do a really high kick, but they can do even higher kicks, so I might as well just floor cheese it here. It's more effective. Huh. Yeah, at least I'm moving. The obsession with like the that run there, the turn looks pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. Van Damme had some fun motion capturing that, or a look-alike at least.
FBI. Get on it.
What's with the sampling?
FBI.
Like eagles?
Get on it.
Get it. And he died. I was gonna say, it was like, oh, it's one of those games. But I can't, like, even remotely get a kick in or hit, like, if I don't, like, cheese it like that. Very loose controls. But I proved the music, at least so far. It's pretty great. Ow! He just kicked me so hard and he just went flying.
FBI. Get on it.
Yeah. Ammo. You know, they're touting this when they were doing this kind of stuff too. It's like, oh, we can put the, actor in the game. How cool is that? And yeah, this is still way better than the Batman game. Like, put you right in and it moves at least. You know where to go, ish. Oh, it's the same music again. It does suffer from generic video game design, even though it's good grief. What's with the sampling? Out of ammo. Knew that was happening. Time extent? Oh, there's a time limit too? Of course there is. It's a video game. It has to have a time limit. Oh, really? Well, then we're playing with history now. Trying to do some of his split kicks, but he's not even able to do that. I gotta watch Time Cop again. I do. Oh, that's a terrible one too. Their like upper kick there is just absolutely killer. Yes, there is a, the movie Street Fighter, and they made a game based on the movie, based on the game. So yeah, they have digitized characters, and they kind of mimic... Ooh, different music. They kind of mimic the style of the original games. Also, the music of this is fantastic. I really want to watch Time Cop again now. It's just like, it feels like everything here is placed here because video game. Like... This... I'm holding the punch, and that is just hilariously fast. Can't do it in a split. Oh. The controls are hilariously slippery, too. Oh, for Pete's sake. Ah. The knockback is somewhat hilarious. Be a lot easier if I had more ammo for my gun. Whew. I think I just gave him a flying kick and I killed him faster, but... Yep, the flying kick is stronger, but it's also harder to execute. The shitting kick is more reliable. Ow. Yeah, the kick that those bad guys do, that just super high kick, is pretty funny. Yeah, this gets boring fast. I mean, it's the same thing over and over. Oh, for... Oh, look! Respawning enemies. It does have some, maybe the reason I like the music is that it reminds me a little bit of, Crusader No Remorse and Crusader No Regret, right? So, because they have some, like, 90s, like, synth fusion stuff going on. But that was cheesy. What? Oh, time ran out? I just... Oh, for Pete's sake. Just straight up died. Oh, I have a screen clear for some reason. It was a video game. That's brutal. Oh. I wonder what cheats are built in on this one here. Infinite gun ammo. Let's see. Gun modifier. Oh, that didn't help. There we go. Jump in midair. I don't want that. Oh yeah! Now we're time copping. Screw everyone! Oh, yes. One of the main features of the Mystery is that there's cheats databases built in, and it makes it very easy to just do this when you're done with the game. I don't need your stinking elevator. I'm Time Cop, I can fly. Or I'm Neo, I can't remember. Auto gun. Remember part of Time Cop where he just runs around like a maniac and shoots everything? Oh man, it's more true to life with the action heroes when they're just blasting bullets like that. I feel like, yeah. How boring, too. It's just like, it just never ends. It just never ends. If I would just play this naturally, it just takes forever. I have unlimited ammo, I can basically fly, and I don't take damage. How boring. I do want to watch Time Cop again now. I do love that. Just from the 90s cheese. It's just so great. I have a huge soft spot for all those 90s action movies from that era. Wow. That's... Yeah, I suppose I could see that. They're kind of similar type of character. Well, that's just... new music. I don't know why I find this so funny, it's just... I don't remember Jean-Claude Van Damme doing the Rambo thing very much, but... I don't know how you would have gotten through this here. This is ridiculous. You're supposed to, like, play this naturally. Yay! Let's go! Yeah, exactly. This is a fun thing, too. It's just with all the cheats built in like that, sometimes you run into a game that's just like, I don't... Like, I want to see more what's into the game, but I don't want to, like, force through it, because that would look brutal to play that regular. You can just run around and shoot everything. There's too much story behind this here. It's an action run and gun game, or even not run and punch. And we're underwater! Does that make sense? Sorry, as long as I have my gun, I can fly. What is this? Are there explosive squid here? Apparently. Seems legit. Like, they have the opportunity to mess with, like, you know, time stuff here, but it's just this. I'm just really curious what made them choose this music, though. Grief. Whee! I don't think diving suits worked this way in the 40s, but this was in 1945 for anyone that didn't catch that. The music is just... I'm really confused on why they made this choice for this kind of music. Almost exploding too. This is very much like it's a video game. But yeah, you would not have unlimited, so you would have to run around and... Oh, maybe on this one you do. At least more, because you can't kick on this one, I think. No, it's only shoot, so... I've listened to the soundtrack separately. There's so many of these tie-in games. I mean, it's like every movie, every show feels like around this era had some sort of tie-in game of some variety. It usually was pretty poor. Kind of notorious. Like, there were very few movie games that were good. Can't really think of any off the top of my head that were good, per se, so... Yep, just Van Damme walking around the seabed here in 1945. A diving suit that definitely is era appropriate. Oh yeah. Killing everyone. It's like the good old Van Damme we know. Alright, enough of that. So one more game I want to check real quick, then we're going to call it. Which is one that also came pretty recommended on the bad list, which is Balls 3D. Another fighting game, except it uses the little ball figures you have from like Vector Man, that kind of stuff. And I think it has a lot of attitude. And attitude, yep. Balls. Basically just those kind of characters bound together. This is just awful. I don't know which direction I'm going. Found a cheese attack that works. What's with the trash talking in the background? It's so much attitude. Freaking nice, to tell you, man. Harsh. She's using me as a clown ball. That's something. I don't think we're gonna check this out very long. Hello. Okay, am I still... Oh, I see. What's this fatality? Probably, yeah. There's too much attitude in this game. I can't handle it. I'm not cool enough. This is awful. I understand the idea and why they thought it was a good idea, but it's just... Oh, man. I'm sure a lot of people worked really hard to make this game what it is, you know, and there's always people working on bad games, you know. There's someone who made this, and they poured it, or they thought it was going to be a great game, and they poured their hearts and minds into it, but, come on. Have to be a client. Yeah, there's the fatality again. Oh my. That would never happen. Accolade only made good games. I don't know if I actually developed it or if it's Accolade who published it or not, but... No, I don't think I will continue. Yeah, I didn't recall it there, but... It's fun to be back streaming again. I'll play some more regular games next week, but I wanted to just do a few bad games, and I think we touched on several bad games. I will have to say that the Terminator was pretty bad, but Pit Fighter probably took the crown. That was just awful. A game that actually shipped and launched that way. A lot of other boring games too, but that one was just terrible. But the Super Nintendo, of course, has a great library of fantastic games. You can find hundreds of games that are really, really good. But then you get some of these. And some of these games, I think, were ported to a lot of other things too. I don't know this one in particular, but I know other games like, you know, you got often the Super Nintendo and the Genesis cross-platform with a lot of the tie-in games for sure. Well, I went through other games as well. But I'll come up with a regular stream. I have some other ideas for next week. But I should be back during the regular time again and the regular schedule leading into the holidays. So thanks everyone for watching and sticking through with these really not great games. So go try them yourself and, you know, hit yourself in the head or something. It might be enjoyable that way. So anyway, appreciate everyone hanging out, and thanks Garth earlier for the generous donation. And I'll see everyone next week. So have a good one. Good night. Have a good weekend. Go play some bad games.